You know, because of your expertise, I think there is it's a fascination when you see Putin saying, I would prefer Biden. And then we've also talked, you and I, about Xi perhaps laying a little bit soft because it's advantageous for him to have Biden as well. He lets spy balloons go across our country and whatnot. And, we saw the open arms from Newsom in California. Talk to us about some of the chess that's being played by these two allies, Putin and Xi.
Well, they're very, very close. They're working together. And although China and Russia have long-term disagreements, right in the here and now, they are allies. And what I think they're seeing is that it would be much better for Biden to continue. Remember, with Biden, you had the catastrophic withdrawal from Afghanistan. Then you have the disastrous policies that led to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, where Biden said, maybe a small incursion would be okay. Then you have the U.S. completely absent in North Africa as China and Russia are tearing it apart. And of course, you have a very pro-Iranian American president right now who is basically helping China achieve its goals in the Middle East. So, yeah, of course they want Biden to continue.
And we know Xi's facing some tough economic issues at home, a little bit different than Russia. I know today we may hear from Matthew Miller, the State Department briefing set to begin, about this sanctions package that they are talking about, Kirby talked about, because of Navalny's death. But make no mistake, many people believe that this axis between Russia, China, and Iran is only growing stronger, despite whatever sanctions they talk about, despite whatever, now we're redesignating the Houthis. All of this seems like a big charade. What do you want Americans to know, Gordon?
Yeah, essentially what we're seeing around the world are proxy wars that China is fighting through Russia and Ukraine. It's fighting through Iran and the militants in the Middle East. China is supporting them across the board. And basically, Beijing believes that it can sow chaos and bring down the international order. Biden doesn't seem to be effectively resisting that. And so, of course, they want that to continue. They look at Trump and, they may like some of Trump's policies. They may not. But the point is, as Putin talked about, Trump is unpredictable. And that is the one thing that scares both Moscow and Beijing. They do not want an unpredictable American president.
And maybe one that's less friendly, as you mentioned, with Iran and some of the appeasement. You put up a post on X. I do want to talk about this because as we focus on the 2-year anniversary of Ukraine, we focus on a UN vote, talks of a ceasefire where Israel is, fears of an escalation. We cannot take our eyes off of what's happening in Taiwan. There was a Chinese Coast Guard boat just coming into play recently. They were very, very close. There's been a lot of provocations here as well. Tell us about where you think things stand with Taiwan right now, which just had an election. Are we looking at another breakout of something there with Xi? What are you feeling about the timing of this, Gordon?
We're going to know a lot about China's ultimate intentions because on the 14th of this month, 2 Chinese fishermen drowned. They had intruded into Taiwan waters near the island of Kinmen. The Taiwan Coast Guard chased them. They drowned. Xi Jinping boarded a Taiwan vessel yesterday with his Coast Guard. Today, the Taiwan Coast Guard was confronting the Chinese Coast Guard in those waters. This is an escalating crisis. Xi Jinping, maybe he wants war, maybe he's just huffing and puffing, but we're going to find out very soon as he deals with Taiwan.
We've seen things slow walk to Ukraine as far as delivery of weaponry. I know it's been an issue, and we've talked about before about Taiwan and the need to it being able to defend itself. Is this administration supportive enough for Taiwan and its ability? We know this bill in Congress has been back and forth and tied up with aid, and Taiwan is included in that $95 billion, Gordon.
Yes, it is. But the Biden administration has been slow walking arms sales as previous administrations have. And we have not seen the rhetorical support for Taiwan as we saw, for instance, in the first year of the Biden administration. So really, I think that, especially after that November 15th meeting between Biden and Xi Jinping in San Francisco, there's been a very accommodationist attitude on the part of Washington towards China, allowing it to do pretty much what it wants. And so therefore, no, I don't think we are supporting Taiwan to the extent that is necessary, especially in the last year.